the little girl that Anna Nicole Smith dreamed of, but sadly wouldn't have a chance to raise. Well, today, Dannielynn is living a quiet life with her dad.
At 18, Dannielynn Birkhead, Anna Nicole Smith's daughter, is finally opening up about the reality of her life, away from the headlines and the spotlight. After years of staying out of the public eye, she's ready to share her story, her struggles, and what her future holds. Brace yourself for a shocking look at what life is really like for the daughter of one of Hollywood's most unforgettable icons. Who is Dannielynn Birkhead? Anna Nicole Smith and Larry Birkhead's story began in 2004, when they first met at the Kentucky Derby. At the time, Anna Nicole was already a well-known figure in the entertainment world, famous for her Playboy Playmate status and her controversial marriage to 89-year-old oil tycoon J. Howard Marshall, who passed away shortly after their wedding. Larry Birkhead, on the other hand, was a relatively unknown photographer from Kentucky who had no idea that this chance encounter would lead to one of the most significant chapters of his life. According to Birkhead, the two hit it off almost immediately after meeting at the Derby. They quickly developed a romantic relationship, with Larry often accompanying Anna Nicole to various events and providing support during a period of instability in her life. Their relationship was marked by its intense ups and downs, fueled by Anna Nicole's own personal struggles and the media circus surrounding her. Despite the challenges, the couple remained together, and in 2006, Anna Nicole found out she was pregnant with Larry's child. The news of Anna Nicole's pregnancy was met with mixed reactions in the media. Anna Nicole, who had been through a highly publicized, tumultuous marriage to J. Howard Marshall, was now expecting a child with Larry, who was just beginning to step into the limelight. Despite all the media attention, Anna Nicole was elated about becoming a mother, and Larry was overjoyed to be expecting a child with the woman he loved. On September 7, 2006, Anna Nicole Smith gave birth to a daughter, Dannielynn Hope Marshall Birkhead, in Nassau, Bahamas. The birth of Dannielynn was surrounded by a whirlwind of media attention, largely due to Anna Nicole's well-known public persona and the controversy surrounding her life. Tragically, just a few months after Dannielynn was born, Anna Nicole Smith passed away from an accidental drug overdose on February 8, 2007, at the age of 39. While the public saw the spectacle of Anna Nicole's life, little was known about the life of her daughter. Dannielynn's early years were shaped by the tumultuous events surrounding her mother's passing. Yet, despite the swirl of media attention surrounding her family, Larry Birkhead has done everything possible to shield his daughter from it, raising her far away from Hollywood's glare in rural Kentucky. There, Dannielynn grew up in a more grounded, everyday environment, away from the paparazzi and public scrutiny that often surrounded her mother. Although Dannielynn's life has been far from the spotlight, her name has occasionally surfaced in the media. However, for the most part, she has had the chance to enjoy a relatively ordinary upbringing. Growing up in Kentucky, she was able to attend school, engage in local activities, and have a relatively quiet and secure childhood. Despite being the daughter of one of the most famous celebrities of the early 2000s, Dannielynn's formative years were marked by family outings, birthdays, and celebrations that had little to do with her mother's legacy. As Dannielynn nears the end of her high school years, she has already shown a deep interest in both forensic science and Japanese studies. In an interview with E! In May 2024, she revealed that she plans to double major in these two fields in college. Her fascination with forensic science stems from her childhood, where she was captivated by true crime documentaries, particularly Dateline. She found herself intrigued by how criminal investigations worked, and her curiosity about the field only grew over the years. Alongside forensics, Dannielynn also developed a passion for Japanese culture, language, and traditions, which led her to pursue studies in Japanese as well. Her academic interests highlight a young woman who is determined to carve out her own path, separate from the shadow of her famous mother. Dannielynn's interest in forensics reflects her analytical nature, while her love for Japanese culture speaks to her broad worldview and curiosity about the world beyond her immediate surroundings. While her father, Larry Birkhead, has been the focal point of her upbringing, Dannielynn has occasionally stepped into the public eye. In 2013, at the age of 6, Dannielynn made her modeling debut, following in her mother's footsteps. She appeared in a Guess Kids campaign, a brand that Nicole Smith had famously modeled for in the 1990s. This foray into modeling was brief, and she hasn't pursued a career in the spotlight like her mother did. Instead, Dannielynn has largely remained out of the public eye, choosing to focus on her studies and developing her own interests. Though Dannielynn Birkhead's life may seem smooth from the outside, her early years were filled with struggles and heartache you wouldn't expect. Here's the untold story behind her childhood. Early childhood struggles of Dannielynn Birkhead. In the aftermath of Nicole's death in 2007, the world became fixated on who would raise Dannielynn. Nicole's sudden passing at the age of 39 left a void not only in the public eye, but also in the life of her newborn daughter. The most significant and early struggle for Dannielynn was the highly publicized custody battle over her paternity. At the center of the battle were multiple men claiming to be her father, but it was Larry Birkhead who, through a court-ordered DNA test, was confirmed to be her biological father. While this court decision settled the question of her paternity, it did little to shield Dannielynn from the media frenzy that followed. For Larry, the victory in securing custody of his daughter meant taking on the monumental task of shielding her from the spotlight. But despite his best efforts to keep her life private, the media's intense curiosity about Nicole's death and her daughter's paternity made it an ongoing challenge. Growing up, Dannielynn had to contend with the public's insatiable interest in her family's drama, which often overshadowed her personal growth and the desire for a sense of normalcy. As Dannielynn matured, one of the more complicated aspects of her childhood was learning about her mother's legacy. Nicole Smith had lived a life filled with controversy, addiction, and public drama, and this history was impossible for Dannielynn to avoid. It would have been difficult for any child to process the loss of a mother, especially one who was a public figure with a complicated life. Larry Birkhead has always strived to protect Dannielynn from the more painful aspects of Nicole's story, but it was inevitable that as she grew older, she would become aware of her mother's struggles. While Larry tried to shield his daughter from the darker side of Nicole's life, including her tumultuous relationships, legal battles, and addiction issues, Dannielynn's exposure to the media and public conversations about her mother was unavoidable. Now grown up, Dannielynn Birkhead has opened up about her mother in a deeply emotional way, revealing the untold truths of their bond and her journey to understand her legacy. Dannielynn Birkhead's bittersweet conversation about her mother. Recently, in a rare public appearance, 18-year-old Dannielynn Birkhead, daughter of the late Nicole Smith, made her way to GalaxyCon in Miami alongside her father, Larry Birkhead. While many may know her as the daughter of the iconic model and actress, Dannielynn has mostly stayed out of the public eye, growing up in relative privacy with her father in rural Kentucky. However, this particular event became a poignant moment for Dannielynn to reflect on her late mother and engage in an emotional conversation about Nicole Smith with actor David Howard Thornton, known for his chilling portrayal of Art the Clown in the Terrifier movies. The father-daughter duo, who are rarely seen in public together, were able to capture some memories with Thornton in his eerie costume and even have a heartfelt chat. In a social media post, Larry Birkhead, who has been dedicated to raising his daughter away from the Hollywood spotlight, shared the special moment with fans. "We got lucky enough to take a picture with at David Howard Thornton in his Art the Clown costume, then got to talk with him afterwards as well. He was super nice and humble and told Dannielynn how iconic her mother was. This was truly a special moment, seeing that he is turning in iconic performances himself as Art the Clown in these crazy Terrifier movies," Larry wrote, a mix of pride and emotion in his words. The conversation with Thornton was bittersweet for Dannielynn, as it provided her a chance to connect with someone in the entertainment industry who could understand the weight of having a mother with such a legendary status. In a deeply personal moment, Thornton spoke to Dannielynn about the impact her mother, Nicole Smith, had on pop culture and how iconic her legacy is. As he praised Nicole's cultural influence, it was clear that the impact of her mother's fame and tragic death was something Dannielynn has always carried with her, despite being so young when Nicole passed away. Nicole was found unresponsive in a Florida hotel room and was later pronounced dead in the hospital from an accidental drug overdose. This left the young girl without her mother, and it cast a long shadow over Dannielynn's early years. While the world mourned the loss of the model actress, Dannielynn, in her formative years, was largely unaware of the media frenzy surrounding her mother's death. It wasn't until later in life that she began to realize the extent of her mother's fame and the tabloid scrutiny that followed Nicole. In interviews and social media posts, Larry has spoken fondly of the similarities between Dannielynn and Nicole Smith. He described his daughter as generous like her mom, a quality that is visible in her kindness and the way she interacts with others. While Dannielynn has mostly stayed out of the public eye, she has occasionally been seen at public events with her father, especially when it comes to the Kentucky Derby. The Barnstable Brown Gala, a pre-Derby fundraiser, holds a special place in the Birkhead family's hearts. It was at this very event in 2003 that Larry first met Nicole, and they began dating the following year. Since Dannielynn was old enough to understand, Larry has taken her back to the gala every year, sharing stories with her about how her parents met and the love they once shared. The Kentucky Derby has become something of a growth chart for Dannielynn, as Larry has referred to it. Each year, as Dannielynn gets older, Larry has used the event to give her context about her mother's legacy, allowing her to understand the stories of her parents' relationship and the history that led to her own existence. The father-daughter duo has been photographed at the gala year after year, capturing precious moments that highlight the bond between them. It's here, at the Derby, that Dannielynn has been able to step into the world that was once so closely associated with her mother, learning about Nicole's impact in her own time and place. The bittersweet conversation with David Howard Thornton was just one of many moments where Dannielynn has been forced to reconcile with her mother's death and the public's perception of Nicole. As she matures, it's likely that Dannielynn will continue to share her memories and reflections on her mother's legacy, all while navigating her own path. Despite the challenges of growing up without her mother and the complicated nature of the public's fascination with Nicole Smith, Dannielynn is showing that she has the strength to carry on her mother's legacy in her own way. Now people are eager to know, what kind of life is Dannielynn Birkhead really living now, away from the spotlight and the legacy of her late mother? What her life is really like now. Dannielynn's life now revolves around her bond with her father, Larry Birkhead. Over the years, Larry has not only been a father, but also a protector, guiding Dannielynn through the complexities of growing up with such a public legacy. At home, their life revolves around simple pleasures, like sharing meals, attending school events, and engaging in activities that bring them joy. For example, one of their regular family traditions is attending the Kentucky Derby. As Larry has mentioned, This is a special event because it ties back to the early days of his relationship with Nicole. These events also serve as cherished moments for him and Dannielynn, moments when they can just be a family away from the world's expectations. It's at these events where Dannielynn is at ease, often laughing with her dad and offering her good luck picks for the horses. In many ways, Larry and Dannielynn's relationship mirrors that of many other father-daughter duos. They enjoy spending time together at amusement parks, with Dannielynn dragging her father onto roller coasters despite his nerves. It's a delightful dynamic where, despite Larry's protective instincts, he's also learning to let go and allow his daughter to embrace life with courage. When it comes to their shared moments of fun, whether it's picking Halloween costumes or attending concerts like the Duran Duran show they went to for Father's Day, they truly enjoy one another's company. Dannielynn's Beetlejuice-themed birthday party, a quirky choice that reflects her free-spirited personality, further exemplifies the type of relationship they share, one that values fun, individuality, and warmth. Larry has always made sure that Dannielynn's path is her own. As a single parent, he's worked hard to ensure that she has the freedom to grow and make her own decisions, while also giving her the space to explore her interests. Despite occasional public interest in Dannielynn's life, especially regarding her mother's legacy, Larry's parenting approach ensures she is grounded and focused on her future. His dedication to creating a normal life for his daughter extends to protecting her from the public scrutiny that might otherwise invade her online presence. For example, though she has a shared Instagram account with Larry, she is not allowed to have a personal YouTube channel, given the potential consequences of public exposure. Yet, her connection to her late mother, Nicole, is never far from her thoughts. It's clear that Dannielynn continues to feel a deep emotional connection to her mother, despite never having known her. Nicole's image still hangs in Dannielynn's room, and she fondly remembers her mother whenever she spots butterflies, which a family friend once told her are symbols sent by Nicole. The emotional connection is also evident in her reactions when watching old footage of her mother, like the music video for My Heart Belongs to Daddy, where she excitedly shouts, "Slay, Queen, slay!" Watching this video gives Dannielynn a sense of closeness to her mother that she cannot get from anything else. Despite the emotional weight of her background, Larry has made sure Dannielynn understands Nicole's legacy in a way that is both respectful and lighthearted. Their family discussions about Nicole's life and death are not dark or burdened with drama, but are woven into everyday lessons. For example, when Dannielynn asks difficult questions about her mother's passing, Larry explains things in a way that is age-appropriate, ensuring she understands the complexities without feeling overwhelmed. Larry's approach to parenting allows Dannielynn to focus on what matters most, becoming a thoughtful, curious, and kind adult. Together, they've navigated through a world filled with public interest, always with an unwavering bond at their core. This relationship, rooted in love and mutual respect, shows that despite the extraordinary circumstances surrounding her birth, Dannielynn is leading a life that is as grounded and fulfilling as any other teenager's could be. Her life, while undeniably shaped by her mother's legacy, is defined by her own ambitions, interests, and the love she shares with her father. Future prospects of Dannielynn Birkhead. The future prospects of Dannielynn Birkhead are multifaceted, shaped by her unique background and the strong foundation laid by her father, Larry Birkhead. As she steps into adulthood, Dannielynn's life offers exciting opportunities, particularly in academics, personal development, and potential career paths, all while navigating the complexities of being in the public eye. Dannielynn's academic interests point toward a future where she combines her passion for forensic science with a deep appreciation for Japanese culture. Her plans to double major in forensic science and Japanese studies reflect a blend of her analytical mind and creative curiosity. Forensics, especially after her interest in true crime shows like Dateline, could lead her toward a career in criminal justice, law enforcement, or investigative journalism. Japanese studies, on the other hand, could open doors to a career in diplomacy, international relations, or even entertainment, where she could work in translation or media. Her academic ambitions suggest a future where she uses her intelligence and curiosity to pursue meaningful work. Given her focus on forensics, she could also explore opportunities in research or technology related to crime solving, potentially working in labs or with law enforcement agencies. These fields are intellectually stimulating and offer a chance to make a difference in the world. There's also potential for Dannielynn to venture into acting or modeling, areas that have been linked to her mother's career. While her father has ensured that she's not exploited in this way, her natural interest in acting and previous experiences in school plays could lead her toward the entertainment industry. If she decides to pursue acting, she could explore opportunities in both mainstream Hollywood and international film, especially with her interest in Japan. Her ability to navigate complex emotions, as seen in her school performances, suggests that she could have a future in acting if she decides to go down that route. Whatever path she chooses, it is clear that Dannielynn will continue to forge her own way, with a future full of promise and opportunities. What do you think her future holds? Will she embrace the spotlight or carve out a more private path? I'd love to hear your thoughts.